Steve, Kristen, Will. So much comic power in the one frame. Welcome to the project.
Thanks.
Is it too much comic power?
No, never.
Okay.
Good.
It's so much that it will just defeat itself.
Steve and Kristen, among other things, congratulations on conscripting yet another friend into the Despicable Me universe.
Yes, we take full credit for Will coming aboard.
Well, it's funny. At first, I solicited it. I was like, please, can I be a part of it? And then when they said, okay, I said no.
Then you showed up.
Then I showed up
at the studio.
And then I said no.
Then you
And
shot
then I
me
called
down.
you back and said, please come back.
Right. And I was in tears.
Right.
Anyway, ended up happening.
Steve and Will, we all have kids that are kind of about a similar age, which is to say too old for kids' movies, really. And yet, when I was talking to them about Despicable Me, they just lit up. There was just something within them. There's a magic that's attached here. Do you know what that magic is?
The first Despicable Me, they went to the premiere, and my son he was really little. He was in kindergarten, and they did not realize that these minion characters, they had minions outside the premiere, and they didn't realize that there were actual human beings inside. So he and all of his buddies punched them. They thought they were punching bags. And so that's a fond memory of their first introduction, but they grew up with it. And
they're still punching.
And they're still
punching people in minions costumes.
And we hire these minions for birthday parties. So he and his friends, they're all 20 now, and they still go out and punch the minions.
Right.
But they love it, and they grew up with it. And I think it's both nostalgic, and they actually enjoy the movies themselves.
There's a delightful moment in the movie that involves you, Kristen, when your character, Lucy, is forced to take on a job that she is just not at all qualified for, and things just go horribly wrong. Did you draw on any personal experience in creating that moment?
I had written that I was a dancer because I dance around.
Yeah.
And I had to audition for something where I had to, they told me to go down on the floor and then come up like as if I were a flame and just do like dance moves and then just like arrive at the top. And I was like, you got it. And I got on the floor and just, I don't even know what I did. There was it might have just been my arms moving. It was so humiliating. And everyone was in the lobby like stretching in dance wear, and I was just in like sweatpants, and I was not qualified. But don't lie on your resume.
Well, I don't think you did like Kristen, because you're a fabulous dancer. Kristen, Will, that amazing viral dance that you did at the Golden Globes was something extraordinary. I mean, is this where it all began?
Would you call that dance necessarily? That was just more like
a
weird body
movement.
move. A lot of shoulder work.
Stage.
It was interpretive dance.
Yes.
It really was.
Yeah.
It was so
We
good.
had emotions that were behind those moves, like terror and
When I see my friends doing stuff like that on TV, it is so rewarding. Because knowing both of them and watching it unfold and the anticipation of, something is about to happen that no one is going to expect, and it's going to be so weird and wonderful.
And then what we're looking at, which is a mixture of some people laughing
and just
other people
just
gazing back at us like,
confused.
what is happening?
Yep.
Fantastic. I loved it.
looking at their watches.
So in this film, Gru and Lucy end up in witness protection, and so they have to assume other identities with different jobs. But if you guys were in actual witness protection, what pretend job would you like to have?
I could start a career as a rodeo clown, which I don't know if you know what that, rodeo clown is try to distract the bull away from the rider.
Yep.
Yeah, I live in a trailer, I'm a rodeo clown. That's what I would do.
Sounds safe and responsible.
If I wanted to disappear and I wanted no one to, ever see me again,
Yep.
I would change my name to Steve Carell. And I would try to get into acting and maybe dye my hair a slighter, darker gray.
Just switch up the glasses.
Okay. Different frames.
And I would take off.
Oh, who's this?
And who would know?
Who would know?
What an imagination, Steve. Kristen, for you.
I think I would just be in the rodeo so we could work together.
Kristen and I would.
And then
would you be?
I would be the one.
We'd put on a bull suit.
With a bull suit. And then I would ride and you would distract.
Yeah.
And we would just hang out telling stories after work of like, no one knows it's us.
No, everyone thinks we're a real bull.
Steve, Kristen, Will, I could talk to you all day. Congratulations on the film. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
I want to see that rodeo, by the way. I do. You can see Despicable Me 4 in cinemas from Thursday.